Hi, I'm Chef Sherry Ronning, and I am here with you today to bring you a kind of a simple recipe, but it brings me back to my childhood, and it this is a recipe that I really like. Today is the first Friday in Lent for us, so it's a no meat Friday, and I've kind of been under the weather, so I am not feeling the best, but I really wanted to bring a griddle recipe to you guys. And so I'm just going to keep it pretty simple today. And we are going to do a griddle grilled cheese, a griddle grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So this reminds me of when I was a kid, but it reminds me of my Aunt Bonnie. So when she would be watching her kids all the time. I remember her talking about this. She got tired of making grilled cheese sandwiches for them, and she just wanted something a little bit different. And they liked peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but it was like they didn't really want to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, so she started grilling them and doing the combination of a grilled cheese and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And so this recipe reminds me of her, in her telling the story about how her grandkids loved this recipe. Whenever they would come over, she would make it for them. It was, a quick, easy meal for them, and they just absolutely loved it. So I'm going to just show you really quick how to do this, and just give you some pointers, and maybe this will bring back some memories for you. Maybe you can make this for your kids or your grandkids, and it's a simple recipe, but sometimes people don't think about making just those simple recipes. So let's get started. Um, Okay, so as far as what we're doing today, I'm using the white bakery bread. I get this at Orchard Lane Country Store at our local area store here, and I absolutely love their bread. It's just a simple white bread, sandwich bread, I guess it would be called. And I love it. I've actually searched out quite a few different ones, and this is the bread that I love. And so that's one thing that you're going to need to do, is find a good bread that you can make this sandwich with, because it will make a world of difference in the outcome of the sandwich. So I'm just using peanut butter. You can use your favorite. I know everybody's got their favorite that they want. I'm using strawberry jelly, and I actually make mine, and this is actually strawberry rhubarb jelly. And I do have this recipe on my website, from Michigan to the table.com. This is one I grew up on a strawberry farm, so we always made our own strawberry jam. And then my husband here has rhubarb, so I started making strawberry rhubarb jam, and we really like it because the rhubarb cuts down a little bit on the strawberry, the sweetness of the strawberry or the sweetness of the jam, and we really really like that. So I'm just using the bread, peanut butter, your jelly of choice, bread, and then I'm just using a little bit of salted butter. I like salted butter. I know there's a lot of controversy about this, about using unsalted versus salted. I always like to use salted butter. I'm an advocate of salted butter. I adjust my seasonings in my recipes to compensate the salt in the recipe. So that's just my way of thinking. Um, everybody's got their own preference on that. I'm just taking the sandwich. I'm taking 2 slices of bread, and then I am doing the one side, but you don't want to take and go like this and do this side, because they won't match up. So you got to flip it over and then do the other side. That is one thing I'm really, especially with this bread, for some reason, it just came out kind of crooked. And if you do it the other way, it's not going to match up correctly. And another thing too, you really want to use softened butter. I put butter in here earlier today, but it must not be quite softened, because I'm having a little bit of problems with it. And if it's not softened butter, it's going to bust your bread apart and you'll end up with holes in it and stuff. So that is super important. I am going to then do just some peanut butter. And you can do peanut butter on both sides, or you can just do one side. I would say if you're making the sandwich and going to eat it later, then you're going to want to do peanut butter on both sides because that will protect the bread from getting soggy. But if you're eating it right away, you only really need to do the one side. So I'm planning on eating mine right away, and I'm just going to do the one side. So I have my griddle preheated at 400 degrees. You can do 350 to 400. If you're using the gas griddles outside, you're going to want to do like medium heat. This is a 17-inch Blackstone electric griddle, the E series. And then outside I've made this on both of them. And I have the 36-inch Blackstone griddle and then the 22-inch Blackstone that I will do this recipe on. Oh, and then just your desired amount. I like to be a little bit generous with the jam. I'm one of those, I like my strawberry jam. And every time I look at my jam and look at the jam, it reminds me of my dad because he was a truck driver, so he was pretty much only home on weekends. And so I remember him sitting at the table and he would get so mad because there would be like peanut butter or there would be butter in the jelly because we would take in, and that would just irritate the heck out of him. But that was one of his pet peeves. And if you know my dad doesn't say hardly anything. You know, he's very mellow about a lot of stuff, but his jam, that was one thing that he just really didn't like, the peanut butter in with his jelly. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the griddle. I'm going to do the butter side down. Get this separated here. That's kind of sticking together. You want to hear a sizzle. That's exactly what you want to hear. And so I'm going to take and just like gently just press down so it adheres to the griddle. So it makes good contact and you'll have nice golden brownness on your bottom piece of your bread. Washing my hands. I got a sink of soapy water there to get my hands clean. So this is something else that I've been wanting to do for a little while. I'm going to do a Griddle Grilled PB&J Sandwich or fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm going to do them two ways for you. So I did it with the bread. I'm letting it do its thing here, but I love these. I don't know if you guys love these or if your kids love these Uncrustables, but I will do this. For me is like the perfect size, like grab and go sandwich if I'm like on the go or if like on the airplane or something like that. I like to take one of these, but I've always wondered about toasting it, about doing a griddle one. So I'm just going to experiment here. I've never done this before, but I'm going to try it. Get a new one because I don't want peanut butter all over everything. So I'm just going to take just a little bit of butter and spread on the top here. I'm not going to do the whole thing because it's not going to make like all contact because of the shape of the way it is. So I'm just doing a little bit on the top here like that. And I'm going to do a little bit on this side. I'm just going to toast this up and I know it's going to be delicious. I can already tell it's going to be delicious. But this for me is a perfect meal. I could eat just one of these and be happy and content and go for it just like that. So I'm going to put that down like that. It was frozen just a couple minutes ago, but I can feel that it's thawed in the middle, so it's not, I mean, it might be a little firm, but it's not too bad. So my other sandwich is on here. I'm going to get this out of the way. Get that. And I'm going to just peek at this one. I think it's ready. Yeah, it's ready. I could tell by looking at the golden brown the ness of the, I'm going to switch the camera here for you. So I'm just going to carefully flip this like that. Oh, look at that. And if your bread slides a little bit, which it's more likely going to because of the slipperiness of the jelly in there, it's going to want to slide. You can just reposition it there. But look how golden brown and perfect that is. It's like that because I helped like give it just a little, and you could do it for the other one too. Just give it a little bit of contact for the griddle, and then just let it cook. Don't fuss with it. But this recipe is only going to take like probably like 5 minutes to make. It's super easy. And if you have a crowd, if you have kids, hi Dan, how are you? If you have a crowd of kids, around you, then this would be a perfect recipe to make. Or like if you have, some people that want like a grilled cheese sandwich or a grilled ham and cheese sandwich, and some don't like that, then you can make some of the peanut butter and jelly and some, some of the other. So I'm just going to check this. Ooh, this is perfect. Look how nice and golden brown that is. Perfect. So we've got both sides, and I'm just going to let it cook here. This is a really simple recipe, but it's just super, super delicious. I love a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and especially if you grill it, do like the griddle part, it just makes it just adds another layer of flavor to your sandwich. And it's just something that I just absolutely love. So I love grilled cheese sandwiches or grilled ham and cheese sandwiches, and I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and this is kind of combining the two of them together. All right, I think this is good. Look we got nice golden brown color. Both sides, nice and golden brown. Perfect. And we got that. I'm gonna let that go just a little bit longer. Not quite, but cut this. And with this sandwich, you're more than likely gonna end up, I'm gonna cut it. I used to cut, my youngest daughter used to like hers cut in triangles. And look at that. See the ooey gooey, it's nice and warm. The peanut butter is melting in it. With the jelly, that is perfect. That's exactly what I want. So we're going to check the peanut butter and jelly here. Oh yeah. There we go. There's our Uncrustable, nice and toasted on each side there. Just perfect. I'm going to shut the griddle off and see, what did that take? I talked for a few minutes, so I bet you it probably only took like 5 minutes to do that. So there you go. There's your sandwich. A nice, simple meal for you. I'm actually going to have this because with Lent, no meat Friday, so I'm just having a grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwich as my dinner. Nice and simple. I hope you guys like this, and this is a short one for you. So if you want to go to my website, I do have this recipe on my website, from Michigan to the table.com, where you can get all the information about that. I will also leave the recipe in the description of this video here. And if you want anything more, to learn more about the flat top griddle, cooking on it, I do have a website, mygriddlesecrets.com, that you can go. I have a digital cookbook. I have my printed cookbook that you can get. Dan has gotten his cookbook. He ended up purchasing one from me a little while back, and I also have a griddle course that you can take that has all kinds of information about the griddle to learn different stuff with the griddle, and it gives you access more one-on-one working with me. And if you want to do that, you could check that out at mygriddlesecrets.com. And I guess have a great evening. It's been just a short one here. So, and I remember to turn on my mic. I keep on forgetting to turn on my mic. I switched mics, so I ended up having a mic that was a wired one that just ran to my phone, and that I never had to turn on. Well, I switched to a wireless mic, and I keep on forgetting to turn it on. So I apologize for that. There's some videos that I've had to adjust a little bit because I didn't have any sound on it, and I didn't realize it until after I was done doing the recording. So I apologize for that. I'm going to go rest. I haven't been feeling very well. I've been under the weather a little bit. So I am just going to go chill, and we will see about bringing you some more recipes in the future. Bye.